What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man. This channel where we talk about spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. And one thing about it, man, it's a big psyop when you ever turn around, you look at these social media platforms, and it always seems like they got the gender war thing trending or the collapse of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like new fear-mongering in a different type of way. So even down to the point of when it plays out, when you hear this type of stuff, some of it actually affect people in real life, but some people in real life that's not connected to the internet and stuff like that don't have no problems with it. You get what I'm saying? They still talk to the girls, girls still, you know, shoot they shot at men if they feel like it's taking them too long, if they like them or whatever. It's still the same stuff that goes on, right? But it's just like this whole new thing of when you got people that's all about the internet and tuned into that, where, you know, even like I said a long time ago, hey beautiful don't mean nothing compared to now 1,000 people hearing hey beautiful or hey handsome 1,000 times a day. You get what I'm saying? And more. So, you know, it's getting to a thing where it's like dopamine, where a person seems like they got to have more of this, right? So when they get down to it, it gets real deep because the way that they set it up is like internet had came with its own, you know, the way they make it people play out. And it's like, if you look at it, you got gender wars, you got color wars, you got all this type of stuff going on. And it's like if two genders don't want to get along, that's one of the whole points of living is to find your other half. I think people really get disconnected to that, so they think that it's more about everything else, trying to shine and, you know, be the ones that's leading or just, you know, just want to be the center of attention. And that's crazy because that's what, you know, a lot of people get caught up in. So when it comes out to the internet, this is a way that you can be shined upon and looked upon differently versus how you was actually living in real life. Trust me, y'all, on some real street stuff, I know some cornballs that was nobody and nobody paid them attention and they ain't have nothing to offer until the internet came, where they could say slick remarks or say some wild, surprising things to make people be like, oh, damn, what in the world? Let me share this. Let me, you know, copy this and stuff like that. And trust me, it don't be nothing positive. It always be on the negative end with that thing, type of stuff there. Because, you know, positivity to, you know, people nowadays is boring because that's the way that they play it out. The same way, like I told you, just being a good husband or a good wife is boring to people too. They don't want to hear nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear something about you being single and how you shining upon people and all this type of stuff. So when we coming out to it, it's like the internet have poisoned a lot of people's mind as well. Not only with the other stuff going on, y'all know the food disease and all that other stuff that, you know, come through that we have control of or they force to you and, you know, put your job on the line, anything like that. But either way, going into it, it's like a lot of different things where we see it's still part of that agenda that, you know, that we can't speak of like that. But regardless, I just wanted to point the finger towards that because a lot of people might, you know, be trying to talk real spiritual shit and they might be like, damn, why the hell my shit ain't, you know, doing what it's supposed to do? It's not true, dog. Trust me. It's not true. It's certain things that fit certain agendas. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be a psyop. It'd be a whole setting up for something else. Whether they know they're a psyop or not, it don't even matter about that. So even when they brought on like the Terrier stuff and all that there, remember when that started trending and all the people was really just doing was Western astrology, so they didn't know no Eastern, or they were just, you know, the opposite, which is biased as hell, so they don't understand the full what was going on or how it got there. So they think astrology came from the 1700s and don't realize it been around, but the way that they mapped it out, you know what I'm saying, and named the planets that was already around though. Aries, like I already explained to you, I got a whole video. If you don't know about it, go check it out. I'm breaking down the native signs. You know what I'm saying? I'm breaking down all of them, all the way down to, you know, Wolf, which is Pisces. So you go on over there, check it out. You know, Brown Bear, you know, Virgo, same thing, you know what I'm saying? To the point that, you know, I even put it in the description for you if you need to remember it. But anyway, going into it, it's funny because a lot of people don't realize these things make people, you know, second guess things, especially when you actually deal with this shit in real life. So something you might see on the internet and then go deal with it in real life, you can kind of tell sometimes the things that's getting mentioned on the internet, that don't mean is that it's naturally fake. This means something that you can actually experience and witness depending on how you carry yourself. So you ain't, sometimes, like me, for example, I ain't even no cornball, but I might run into a situation where a motherfucker try me like a cornball. I might have to check them or tell them like, yo, you can't get over on that like me. I'm not no just pushover or no yes man or just, hey, I'm gonna do this just because I present myself as a nice person. However, that don't mean that. Don't take advantage of that. You feel what I'm saying? They just like the way I like to be seen. But otherwise, don't get it twisted. You feel me? But that don't mean like I'm aggressive as extra, none of that extra stuff. Because at the end of the day, that's what we see around this world. A lot of people that can't control their mind, when they get into certain situations. And that don't mean all situations that play out really is what they say it is. Sometimes it be stuff behind the scenes that be a lot more to it than what you could speak on. So when it come out of that, just not even the internet stuff alone, when they're talking about a man doing this or female doing this, like what about the backstory? You get what I'm saying? It's a whole nother story to it. So when it comes down to those gender war junks, we have to be able to see how something is publicized, but we have to also be able to see the truth, because a lot of people is getting beside themselves. You know what I'm saying? And the internet and stuff have made them feel like they're more important than whatever. I done seen the little ugly ducklings from the hood. You feel what I'm saying? Get what, about 40,000 followers and 2,000 likes and stuff for what they post. But a lot of people don't know, before you met this person or before you seen them on IG or whatever the platform is, that done already ran through the whole hood, whether it's a female or a male. You get what I'm saying? Real talk. So a lot of people don't know what's going on. So the internet give a person a whole fake persona where they able to live a life where a lot of people have never been nothing. And you can really tell, because the ones that's actually grinding, the ones that's actually from the gritty, you know what I'm saying, they actually get pulled back more than the person that present themselves and ready and gullible for open things. One thing about it, when you're raised from the hood, it's hard to be gullible, because people always trying to get over on you. Somebody always trying to trick you. You always going to be stereotyped for someone thinking you're trying to steal when somebody else over there stealing. So it's a lot of different things go on where you might not even realize, damn, I'm already my back against the wall as soon as I was born. I already had to play the game a different level, a different way. I even was just breaking down to that, how other people from other countries get more than you just because of your color or just because of how it is. You know what I'm saying? And they get misjudged, even if they try not to, because they look like you or you look like them, even if they do it from another country or another state, like continent. That's crazy. You get what I'm saying? So when we thinking about stuff like that, it get deep till we can see how things get played out. So what I'm finna say, everybody that's like dark as hell don't mean they African, but that's the way that they play it out. You get what I'm saying? It's like crazy, but either way, these be like psyops, or these be more things that they try to lean towards. They try to make someone, gather up and feed for this. So that's why we be seeing these type of things, where we see like, okay, if you was on some real stuff, of course you're not gonna have no trending where you actually talking about some real woke stuff or some stuff. Woke sleep, you need all that nowadays, because some people be too woke. You feel what I'm saying? They get blinded by the light and thinking, this is what it is, and go too deep and miss the whole understanding of stuff, right? That's even like a person, real quick, just example. That's like a person that'd be like, yo, fuck astrology. Yeah, we get it. But don't say that if you don't understand where it come from, because everyday part of your life, you're seeing it happen. Whether you want to admit it or not, you're looking at things happen. You're looking at elements. You're looking at actual life of how a person be created, how the seed work, whether it's a player, person, place, animal. So animal, it don't even matter. So you're seeing how life get reproduced. You're seeing all of these different things. You're seeing the sun come up every day. You're seeing the moon. You're seeing the cycle. You're seeing a plant come from the ground. You're seeing it spring. You know what I'm saying? You see the piggly tail, however you want to say it. Curly tail. So it's the same type of stuff of understanding what's actually going on when you identify with the world itself. So you know who you is. You're from this land. So a lot of people don't understand when people saying they're Native Americans, that's because they're actually from America, but a new version of themselves. You get what I'm saying? But a lot of people get so lost into this other stuff and don't realize, if you ever look at it, the people that got taken over first and lived the worst life, bumped slavery, was Native Americans. They killed them with millions of diseases and stuff like this, like did so much under the gut, under the off guard, backstabbing situations. You get what I'm saying? But then we don't talk about those stories. We don't idolize those stories or put them up. Person would rather talk about more other stuff, but that's going too far back from them. But that helps you identify who you is, to realize it's just the same thing today. It's a different time, but it's just upgraded. It's the same stuff. You get what I'm saying? Just to play out a different way a little bit, man. So it ain't going to be the exact time this change, but that's the reason why, in astrology, some people make the word Pluto, because this for a generation. So even though the time being the same, they're like, the time is the same for this staircase. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how when you look at a building, it got staircase with apartments, and on the first floor, second floor, third floor, each one of them got 6. So you're like, we on the 5th, one on the 1st, and then going back up to the 3rd, to the 2nd. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to fill it all the way out. So it's the same stuff. But another thing is, y'all, I'm gonna make a video based off of how these apartments, houses, camping tents. All this stuff really come from Native Americans of how it was done before they even got over here. Stay tuned for that, man. I'm out. OG Drip.